Good evening. Thank you for joining us on News 360 on TV3, also live on DSTV channel 279. I am Grace Hamwajiman.
Hello, good evening. I am Noble Crosby Annan, and these are the headlines of the bulletin tonight.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint,
Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal, EcoBank.
Coming up, industry players anticipate fuel price hikes this week following eruption of conflict in the Middle East after the U.S. and Israel carried out strikes across Iran.
Also in the bulletin, Public Utilities Regulatory Commission says it has received satisfactory responses from ECG regarding recent complaints of fast-draining prepaid units.
Political parties wrap up campaign in Ayawasu East barely 48 hours to Tuesday's by-election.
And Ghana-Ukraine ties strengthened following visit by Foreign Minister. We'll tell you more.
Welcome to the program. We're live also on all our social media platforms at TV3 Ghana. Let's settle for the details of the stories. And government has assured that the safety of Ghanaians in the Middle East remains an utmost priority. Foreign Minister Samuel Okudzeto made this declaration following news of Ghana's female national soccer team, the Black Queens, being stranded in the United Arab Emirates. Here is a post put out by the Foreign Affairs Minister in relation to the happenings there. And it says that Ghana's celebrated Black Queens are safe and doing well. He says that he has spoken with the leadership of the team, plus the country's diplomatic mission in the UAE has been in close contact with the Black Queens, extending much-needed consular support. In this turbulent moment, the safety and welfare of all Ghanaians, particularly those currently in the Middle East, remains our utmost priority. Signed by the Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto.
And in a related development, government has been urged to stock up on petroleum products to cushion Ghanaians against the anticipated rise in fuel prices. This comes in the wake of escalating tensions in the Middle East following strikes carried out by the U.S. and Israel across Iran. Here's Judith Brown's report.
Recent attacks involving the Middle East, the U.S. and Israel have led several oil companies to suspend crude oil shipment. Petroleum products, which have recorded relatively stable and lower prices in Ghana over the past few months, are now expected to surge significantly in the coming weeks.
From tomorrow, the 1 to 3% price projection we even put out there earlier, we may go higher than that due to the escalations you are seeing in the Middle East. There's no tanker moving currently. You will not even dare cross the strait due to the large amounts of missiles flying, particularly between Iran and the UAE. If you recall, some parts of the UAE have been hit. You would not dare, if you were a logistics or a vessel, company, to attempt to use the strait. And once oil that has been ordered is not being delivered, about 20-25% of that is not being delivered. You are simply looking at a hike, and which could simply run into the hundreds in no time.
Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, Duncan Amwa, says increased investment in the Tema Oil Refinery is critical to ensure it operates efficiently and reduces Ghana's reliance on imported refined products.
We talk of toll without putting in the investment. If you don't put in the investment or find third parties to put in the requisite investment to get toll to function efficiently, we are simply throwing our hands and hope back to where we import 100% cargo from, and hope that even in times like this, we'll still be able to get cargo from Europe and Dubai, Asia.
For now, he's calling on the energy minister to activate the strategic stock margin and begin stockpiling petroleum products to stabilize the market.
What you have in country now are stock that is held by private capital or the BDC. What that means is that if you wake up tomorrow and prices are so high, premiums have gone up because the Strait of Hormuz is encumbered at present. What it will mean is that the private capital cannot sell cheaper or cannot sell at original cost that they bought the fuel for. So they will definitely hike or increase prices for you and I to pay for. I do think that the energy minister at this point should be having serious talks on getting what you will call strategic stock margin, and then begin earnestly stocking up products that the government itself controls and can use that to cushion Ghanaians.
Without swift intervention, consumers could begin to feel the impact at the pumps in the coming price window. For now, the onus lies on government to stabilize supply and protect Ghanaians from further economic strain. Judith Brown, TV3 News.
Now, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission says ECG has blamed the recent challenges with power consumption on the state of some of its meters. Consumers have in the last week expressed frustration with how fast purchased electricity runs out. PRC has been investigating the matter.
The prepaid is too expensive. I don't know if it is the meter or when you buy, they'll find a way to take something from your money. I don't know.
The nipa me nipa na use fridge. And so still, you can buy 1 week, not 3 days. I bet also 300 na san.
If I buy beef Ghana, maybe you know read 1 week, it finish.
I normally buy like maybe 100 cedis or maybe 70 cedis. But before you realize, it will be like 3 days, 4 days, then it's off.
The concerns of power consumers regarding how fast their prepaid credits are being depleted. The PULC moved in swiftly, demanding answers from the ECG. Executive Secretary of the PULC, Dr. Shafiq Suleimana, says it has received explanations from the ECG, which largely blames the trend on its meters.
Every meter is also supposed to have a SIM card, more or less, a chit that is supposed to serve as the communication channel between ECG and the customer. And there are some meters that have been not within actively internet available areas. ECG has not been able to calibrate those meters. It takes a while when they are rebooting their systems. Right. Then those meters are the internet flashes up, and either it's able to reboot and be able to capture a much more updated tariff.
He reviewed ECG has been directed to formally communicate to Ghanaians on the next steps to ensuring the situation is under control.
And the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says it remains committed to strengthening Ghana's relations with Ukraine. This follows a working visit by the minister, which also saw discussions concerning the involvement of Ghanaian citizens in the war with Russia. Our Foreign Affairs correspondent Martin Date reports.
The visit, amongst other things, was to reassure Ukraine of Ghana's unwavering support even in the time of war. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andrei Sybiha, who received the Ghanaian delegation, expressed gratitude for the gesture. Both ministers laid wreaths at the memorial wall in remembrance of Ukraine's fallen soldiers in a war against Russia, which is in the 4th year. The evidence of war and its attendant destructions were palpable for all to see. Ukraine's military capability and drone technology, which has helped it fend off Russian attacks, was on display. As part of the bilateral agreements, Ghana's Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa noted that defense and security was high on the agenda.
I want to also confirm that we have just concluded very fruitful bilateral discussions. Our discussions have been broad and varying. We have also looked at the potential of having a defense cooperation agreement. As two countries, we have very strong armed forces. As you do know, Ghana's celebrated armed forces is one of the UN top troop contributing nations. They have tremendous experience in maintaining peace, maintaining law and order, and carrying out peacekeeping operations across the world. And we believe that we can cooperate in that area. We are also looking at establishing an electronic warfare center so that we can deal with the threat of terrorism that we face in our region, which is now the epicenter for global terror. So we are looking for international partners to build our capacity and our ability to neutralize these terrorists. And we see in Ukraine a worthy partner.
A top priority for Ghana's visit was to secure the release of 2 Ghanaian prisoners of war fighting for Russia who were captured by Ukraine. The minister expressed appreciation to the Ukrainian government for respecting the Geneva Convention and international law by treating the 2 Ghanaians humanely.
I also am pleased with the discussion so far about the release of our 2 prisoners of war. Let me use this opportunity to assure the Ukrainian people that the Africans who have found themselves here in this war are not sanctioned by African government. They are not sanctioned by the government of Ghana. I can speak for President Mahama and I can speak for the government of Ghana that these are victims of criminal networks who were lured by the dark web, and a lot of them have told us that they were offered jobs. They were told that they were coming here to do decent work. They have no security background, no military background. They have not been trained, and they were just lured and then deceived and put on the front line.
The delegation was, however, shocked to note that over 270 Ghanaians are believed to have registered to fight for Russia, with some 55 of them killed in action. Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, in a meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, assured the Ukrainian government of Ghana's commitment to halt its youth from being deceived and lured into the fight. The 2 Ghanaian prisoners of war, in an interaction with the minister and Ghana's delegation, promised to be advocates who would lead a campaign to prevent criminal networks from luring more Ghanaian youth into the war. It was also revealed that 1,780 Africans from 36 countries have already been lured into the fight between Russia and Ukraine. Martin Asiedudate, reporting for TV3 News from Kiev, Ukraine.
Now to culture and tradition. Culture shapes identity, but in part of the Volta region, it once dictated where life could and could not begin. Tonight, as part of the Ghana Month series, Stanley Niblew tells the story of how some communities broke a decade-old taboo banning childbirth on their land, while others still hold firmly to a tradition they say is rooted in belief and science.
Culture, they say, defines the way of people. For indigents of Mafidove, Aflukope, Zikponu, Pogaji, Aklaya, and other adjoining communities, a critical culture they have held sacred for decades is the taboo of pregnant women not delivering in the community. Burial of the dead, rearing of domestic animals, and pastries making also remain forbidden in all communities. It is believed that the gods of the land on which the communities were founded abhor blood on the land. The tradition has been passed on from generation to generation and held sacrosanct until some communities decided to part ways with the culture, as some describe it as obnoxious. 31 years ago, the Queen of Aflukope, Mama Aflu Viadet II, convinced traditional authorities and subjects of the adjoining communities, with exception of Mavidove, to end the taboo.
Your identity is portrayed by your culture. So culture is a thing that everybody should hold on fast to. But it pays to look through some cultures which do not favor the community. There are some cultures that do not conform to the human rights standard. So when such things happen, we have to do away with those things. And in fact, after persistent consultation of some people who mattered in the communities, they've been able to agree to my suggestion that we have to change doses.
The abolishment of this tradition had actually helped us and has brought us very far as I am concerned, as an assembly member and also a presiding member and an indigent of the police. Yes.
Rites were performed and the gods pacified. Later that year, Awusi Amuyao, who was heavily pregnant, gave birth for the first time on the soil, in the open. No complications. The child just survived. The incident of that fateful day remains fresh on her mind.
Earlier, she has the fear and panic since it has never happened before. So her intention was that somebody should accompany her to walk through the land so that she may not end up giving birth, since she's aware that if you give birth here, the child may not survive, you, the mother, may not also survive, and it's against the will of the gods. So her intention was not to deliver here. Her intention was to walk fast across the area. And unfortunately, she ended up not controlling, and she decided that, well, she will give birth, whatever will happen, should happen. And to lo and behold, after giving birth, it was even in the open, right in front of the known three gods that they have in the town.
Surprisingly, the land allowed people to marry. And you know, when a couple live, sexual intercourse comes in, and the result is pregnancy. And they say we shouldn't give birth to children. Their belief was that when a birth is given to a child on this land, the child will not survive. But as far as I'm concerned, I have never witnessed any such things.
The community was thrown into a state of merry, and a festival was marked every January to commemorate the day a taboo was rid of. Aliposi, the survived baby, is now grown and has also given birth to 3 children on the same soil. The communities are just happy. They now own cemeteries. Animals are reared and bread freely baked in the communities.
It was a great joy, not only to me personally, but to the members of the community. Everybody enjoy, because right now it is used to be, and our neighbors, those who have not done it, some of them are rushing, bringing their animals to our community to be reared for them. So I will still appeal and advise them that they should follow suit. We did it and nothing happened. Culture, as we know, is dynamic and it must yield to the standard of the day.
However, Mafi Dove still holds on to the tradition. Pregnant women from Dove go out of the community when labor sets in. Assembly member for the Dove electoral area justified the taboo, saying it is backed by science.
We believe no child should die as a result of maternal mortality. If we have the hospital and the lady must go there and deliver, if there's a challenge, then the doctor or the gynecologist will attend to the person. Why should we deliver at home and there will be maternal mortality? So as for that one, there's underlying scientific principle.
The story about this land is not just about taboos broken or preserved. It is about the delicate balance between culture and change, faith and evidence, fear and hope. As Ghana marks its heritage this month, these communities remind us that tradition is powerful, but so too is the courage to question it. For some, the taboo is history. For others, it is still a way of life, and the debate over where life should begin continues. Stanley Nibleu, TV3 News, Volta Region.
To other stories, dog meat vendors and consumers in Techiman have dismissed claims by the Institute of Community Sustainability that the consumption of dog meat has health implications. According to them, many people have been enjoying dog meat for years without experiencing any health issues. They are also calling on the public to disregard such claims. Here's reports by Belinda Tete.
Cats and dogs play an essential role in Ghanaian homes. They serve as companions, providing emotional support to children and the elderly, and as security guards protecting some homes and businesses. While others consider these animals as helpers, others see them as a delicious delicacy. The Institute of Community Sustainability, ICS, has called for the total ban on consumption of these pets. They explained that consuming cats and dogs poses a grave threat to human health, diminishes the value of these animals, and undermines community bonds. But to dog consumers and vendors in Tichiman, consuming dog meat has no health risk. Our great-grandfather started consuming dog meat and they passed it down to us. Until now, nothing has happened to us. According to Yaldagati, the trading of dog meat has been the source of income for his family for 3 decades. Hence, quitting the trade would affect the livelihood of his family. This is my only source of income. I've done this for the past 3 decades. And so if I stop now, what am I going to do? And what will my family eat? At this point, I have no option but to continue selling it. A former vendor, Kofi Derry, who has traded dog meat for decades to fend for his family, says the continuous calls for a ban and harassment from society has compelled him to quit the trade. This was the only job that helped me take care of my kids in school. But as it stands now, I had to quit. For about 4 years now, I have stopped selling because people were constantly harassing me as if I was committing a crime. So I eventually had to give up. Rita, a beetle vendor, says individual taste and preference vary. However, she called on intensified sensitization of the health implications of consuming dog meat. Just like you can't force people to like certain foods, the same way you can't force people to stop liking certain food. That is the nature of humans. I, for one, I don't eat dog meat, but my children like it. And I can't force them to stop liking it because I do not like it. If there are negative effects to taking the dog meat, I think it should be communicated well, rather than forcing people to hate it. While the discussions continue, ICS maintains its commitment to promoting a sustainable, healthy, and compassionate Ghana, urging the media to amplify this message and encouraging the public to actively support the campaign to safeguard both public health and animal welfare. Belinda Tete, TV3 News. Teach me.
Clearly a debate over diet there. Now to some national security issues. The Ghana Armed Forces is leaving no stone unturned in protecting Ghana's northern borders as it extends its long-range border patrols to the Upper West region. For 2 days, the Northern Command stayed along the border, touching base with key border posts, engaging and urging interagency collaboration among border security agencies. Castro Sengala has come through with this report.
After a week long of intensified long-range patrols along the border in the Upper East region, the Ghana Armed Forces turned their attention to the Upper West region. The patrols first started from Katsu and Nakwong, 2 border communities in the Kastan-Nankana West district, bordering Sisala East. There, the patrol team engaged residents on the activities of terrorists.
You go to farm, maybe you see that people have come there, you don't know them. You are coming, you don't know the people. When you come, tell somebody. You know, now Ghana, the mantra is that see something, say something, do something. When we get that information, that is what we will use to also protect everybody, okay?
The team then proceeded with its patrols to the Sisala East and Sisala West areas, making brief stops to engage officers at the Immigration and Customs Division posts in Tumu, Bolu, Filmon, and Hamile. At each border post, the Army's Northern Command General Officer Commanding, Brigadier General Walanyo Agbebo, urged interagency collaboration among border security personnel.
We cannot show our presence without meeting you who are on the border, the first point of call. So I'm here to interact with you, know what is happening, and how prepared yourself you are in case of something like that. And of course, our inter-service cooperation, so that we can continue to collaborate and work for Mother Ghana. I always say that we are working for the same government, wearing different uniforms. So me, I don't see rivalry amongst us.
The Upper West region is one of the areas in the northern part of the country with major border posts and is also riddled with many unapproved entry routes. Last year, there were reports of the southward movement of suspected terrorists from Burkina Faso towards the border, to which security agencies quickly responded. Brigadier General Agbebo, who acknowledged the potential threats, said the military will continue to maintain a strong presence along the border to deter any infiltration.
Looking at what is happening at Burkina Faso and the fact that there have been southward movement of this rebel, it is good that we continue to patrol the borders to show our presence, show our force to deter them. We prefer to deter them than to wait for them to come and we start fighting them. And that's what we do.
The Army's Northern Command Operations Officer, Colonel Joseph Yao Kwateng, urged that such challenges be given the needed attention to aid the fight against threats of terrorism.
We observe some critical challenges along the road. The major one has to do with communication challenges, where most of the communities, we don't have access to telecommunication network coverage. We also realize along the border, most of the communities are not accessible by road, especially when you are using vehicles. Such areas you only need to access by motorbike or bicycles. And when it comes to security, these are not places that you can isolate few people to go with a bicycle. We wish that as part of a national development agenda, road network along the border will be given priority attention.
Castro Signala, TV3 News, Hamele, Upper West Region.
Let's do some politics now, because political parties set to contest in Tuesday's Ayawaso East by-election are tonight wrapping up their campaigns. The polls are so far predicting a victory for the NDC's Baba Jamal, despite a breakaway aspirant from the fold of the party contesting as an independent candidate. The NDC is holding a mammoth rally in a final push to retain the seat. Joseph Armstrong Gold Alagbe was in the constituency and engaged residents, and campaigns concluded.
So today is the final rally day for political parties here in Ayawaso East. Currently, where I stand is the place where the NDC have decided to conduct or do their final rally. For the MPP, we are told they are not having a ground rally, as they've chosen to move from house to house, door to door. They believe that works for them, but for the NDC, they want to do it this way. I'm privileged to be joined by the Deputy General Secretary. Let's engage with her and find out from her how prepared they are for the upcoming election. Madam, good evening to you.
Good evening and thank you very much. I just heard you saying the MPP says they are not doing a rally. They prefer to do a house-to-house because they don't have anybody to attend their rallies. So I'm sure they wouldn't want to have any. This is a final.
It may be their strategy.
Well, but I don't think it's a proper strategy because this is where you show strength. And so if you are lost in the action, if it were somewhere that they have strength, they will be struggling with us for even the venue. Where we have chosen, they will say they also want the same venue. So how come they are saying that they don't want to do it? Haven't you had us fighting with them over venue for last rallies like this?
No, but speaking to them,
want the people to come for the rally. It's as simple as that.
Speaking to them, they told me that elsewhere, anytime there's by-election, you see huge developments, a lot of things happening. But the NDC, you believe so strongly that this is your stronghold, hence you are not bringing any development, you are not seeing asphalting of roads. Okay, is that the case?
NDC is not a party that deceives people. We have lived with the people of Ayawaso East. They have voted for us over the years. We don't have to come and deceive them with just within 10 days, bring machines here to do asphalt. Where are we going to do that? There are people, they believe in us. We don't have to deceive them. The MPP is fond of doing that, to deceive the people. And as soon as the by-election is over, they pack everything and they leave. We don't do that as a party. And these are our people. We cannot afford to deceive them that way. They know that if they have projects that has to be attended, if they have projects that have to be attended to, we will attend to those projects in due course. But I will not bring machines here to pretend to be doing roads because there's a by-election on Tuesday. No. NDC, as a political party, we don't do that, and we are not used to that.
But is the NDC still confident winning the upcoming by-election?
Very, very confident. We are very, very confident that we are winning, and we are winning massively. The usual thing is 70 and above. I don't expect anything different.
But I've been speaking to the NDC Deputy General Secretary at the Arari ground. They told me that at least minimum of 70% vote will be the difference.
Let's wait till that day. But I'm telling you, they are not going to get. They are not going to get 70%.
How much are you getting?
No, I don't do that with elections. Elections, you mobilize your people, make sure you get them on election day to vote, and we are going to carry the day.
Amen.
Yes, we've had our campaign very quiet, as if we are not doing anything. But we've gathered momentum from day one till today.
What has the response been like?
Very positive, very positive. Now, if you have a party who pride in noise making, organizing rallies where their party people will attend, I'm not sure they are going to get any better results.
Your final words to your electorate.
People of Ayawaso East, I'm appealing to you. This is your son, your boy, your brother. Yes. Everything you can say. I'm one of you. I understand the challenges in Ayawaso East. I appeal to you. Ku vote mini. Ku vote number 3. So that muyamuzo the development in the Kamachimu Kama Ayawaso East. Ku vote mini. The equal Allah. Youth in the Kitchen constituency. So free. For the first time. Sumasu Samu young guy Kamonsu. There's a representative to Parliament, Mukausaki Etkin community. For Baba Jamal is coming to Ayawaso East to revive his political career, which died many years ago at Akutia, and we are going to retire him further.
In a related development, an Accra High Court will on Monday deliver its ruling on whether a case challenging the eligibility of Baba Jamal to participate in Tuesday's Ayawaso East by-election should be thrown out. Democracy Hub say Baba Jamal's victory was characterized by vote buying and should not be allowed to stand. There's more in this report.
Pressure group Democracy Hub is in court alleging Baba Jamal emerged victorious in a party primary fraught with vote buying. The group therefore believes that he should not participate in the upcoming Ayawaso East by-election. The NDC has, however, urged the court to dismiss the case as the documents filed are incurably defective and incompetent. The party, through its lawyers, say Democracy Hub is seeking to enforce constitutional provisions in the High Court when such a tax is reserved for the Supreme Court. The lawyers also hold the view that the procedure adopted by Democracy Hub is incompetent as they seek release from the same process when it can only be obtained through 2 different legal actions. They further say Democracy Hub lacks a sufficient legal interest to seek such redress. The court will give its ruling on Monday.
News 360 returns with more stories after this break. Don't go away.
Why are more and more professionals choosing Flamingo Paint?
Ghana Math launches on all media general platforms on Monday, 2nd March 2026 at 10 a.m. It's that time of the year when Media General transforms into Ghana's cultural hub, and this year we're taking it to another level. Our Ghana village is bigger and better. So much to experience, eat, drink, buy, do and learn every single day. And there's more. The Ghana Month Expedition offers 3 nights and 4 days of pure, unforgettable fun touring. The best part of the Eastern, Ashanti and Central regions from the 19th to the 22nd of March. And on the 28th March, all roads lead to the Legon City Mall for your favorite food event, the 3FM Gobe Festival. But that's not all. All throughout March, our screens and dials celebrate everything that makes us proud. Our shows, music, movies, festivals, history, traditions, and more. Welcome to a truly incomparable and totally immersive Ghana Month 2026. Ghana Month launches on all media general platforms on Monday, 2nd March 2026 at 10 a.m. It's that time of the year when Media General transforms into Ghana's cultural hub, and this year we're taking it to another level. Our Ghana village is bigger and better. So much to experience, eat, drink, buy, do and learn every single day. And there's more. The Ghana Month Expedition offers 3 nights and 4 days of pure, unforgettable fun touring the best part of the Eastern, Ashanti and Central regions from the 19th to the 22nd of March. And on the 28th March, all roads lead to the Legon City Mall for your favorite food event, the 3FM Gobe Festival. But that's not all. All throughout March, our screens and dials celebrate everything that makes us proud. Our shows, music, movies, festivals, history, traditions, and more. Welcome to a truly incomparable and totally immersive Ghana Month 2026. Ghana Month launches on all Media General platforms on Monday, 2nd March 2026 at 10 a.m. It's that time of the year when Media General transforms into Ghana's cultural hub, and this year we're taking it to another level. Our Ghana village is bigger and better. So much to experience, eat, drink, buy, do and learn every single day. And there's more. The Ghana Month Expedition offers 3 nights and 4 days of pure.
Welcome back. This is News 360 on TV3. Let's do some more stories. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Railways Development Authority, Dr. Frederick Apo, is strongly advocating for the merger of the Ghana Railways Development Authority and the Ghana Railway Company Limited, stating that maintaining 2 separate entities is not sustainable under the current railway sector. Irama Smith has more.
I'm rushing to Accra tonight. So hopefully tomorrow I'm at the Ministry of Finance pushing for the payment for the release of the 20.6. It's not 21, 20.6. 20.6 million. Then of course we will look at the remaining few months.
Addressing the management of the Ghana Railway Company Limited in Takoradi during a working visit, Dr. Apo urged them to make the necessary critical decisions regarding the company's future and the long-term sustainability of the entire railway sector. With a current workforce of approximately 1,060, Dr. Apo stated that a decision must be made on how to rationalize the workforce to prevent the accumulation of further salary arrears, describing it as a hard pill to swallow. Appealing to Cabinet for the measure of the Ghana Railways Development Authority and the Ghana Railway Company Limited, he argued that the current rail line spanning less than 135 kilometers is not sustainable to maintain 2 separate entities.
Whether you like it or not, it must be one entity. We can't have separate entity. Once we get up to maybe 500,000 kilometers and our maintenance and asset management is on spot, we are doing the right maintenance and asset management in terms of how to look after the asset, then we can look at vertical separation. We are raising enough revenue from the haulage. We can pay ourselves. We can make our own decision. So if we want a regulator, the money will come from the operation. Mind you, the government, you're not going to form a regulator, the government will appoint a chief executive. No, it will come from the institution. We need to look at how we can work together. And that comes as something that I have to point out to everybody here. Because the more we sit down, we don't talk about it. I am chasing the salary, it will be paid. Then after a few months, it will accumulate again. Then it will come up again. It is not sustainable.
On his part, the managing director of the Ghana Railway Company Limited, Engineer Dr. Michael Eje Anyete, commended the CEO's efforts in securing 4-month salary arrears for the workers, while acknowledging that given the company's current position, unity is essential for its progress.
Where we've gotten to is the survival of the fittest. So unity is key. Unity is key. We are going to live here as a united front so that we confront our issues together. He did say that no money is coming from anywhere. We have to be, 1, innovative, proactive.
Irama Smith, TV3 News, Takrady.
Now imagine discovering that your medical records have been leaked or that a loan was denied because of an automated system you don't understand. In Ghana's fast-growing digital economy, these are no longer distant possibilities. At the Digital Protection Conference in Accra, professionals and government officials confronted the difficult truth that the law alone is not enough to protect citizens.
Every day in Ghana, millions of people give out information of themselves. A Ghana card number, a fingerprint, a medical record, a mobile money transaction. For many, it is routine, but for institutions, it is data. At the Digital Protection Conference in Accra, speakers warned that behind every data point is a human being and that trust in Ghana's digital future is very fragile.
We thank you for giving us at 843, but the digital landscape of 2025 is vastly different from 2012. We face a challenge of artificial intelligence, cross-border data flows, sophisticated cybercrime. We call on you to strengthen our legal framework, ensure that our laws remain robust, responsive, and provide the Data Protection Commission with the resources it needs to enforce compliance.
That Ghana lacks a law. The Data Protection Act passed in 2012 outlines clear obligations, registration with the Data Protection Commission, minimal data collection, security safeguards, and breach notification. The problem, speakers say, is deeper.
The Act has been with us since 2012. The penalties are real, and Section 95 of the Act provides a general penalty of up to 5,000 penalty units or 10 years imprisonment for unspecified offenses. That is how serious the people of Ghana, through their parliament, take this issue.
Many organizations still operate without registering. Privacy policies are written in complex legal language few understand. Citizens often do not know their rights, and emerging technologies like artificial intelligence are advancing faster than regulation. Calls were made for clearer communication in local languages so citizens truly understand what they are consenting to.
We draft privacy policies longer than the Bible, written in a language that would confuse a Supreme Court judge, and we put a checkbox at the bottom. I agree. That is statutory compliance, but moral responsibility means communicating with the data subject in plain language that the individual can understand.
The Minister for Communication also addressed the conference with a firm message. Organizations that have not registered with the Data Protection Commission should do so immediately.
Compliance with the Data Protection Act is both a legal obligation and a moral duty. Any organization that has not yet registered with the Data Protection Commission should do so without delay, because very soon we'll be issuing a policy directive to the Commission to ensure strict compliance and imposition of fines for those who are not compliant with the Data Protection Act.
And the government continues its reclamation drive in heavily degraded mining areas in parts of the Ashanti region. Over 10 acres of decimated vegetation at Muneso and Bodikrom in the Achimangwauma district are currently being restored for future gains.
Land defiled, vegetation ripped, water bodies gone, habitats decimated. It is time to reverse large-scale devastation in parts of the Achimangwauma district, Muneso and Bodikrom. Over 10 acres of land are being reclaimed in these two communities by a government-backed local organization.
Covering all the pits, the devastated areas, and we also ensure that we partner with the assembly to ensure that we plant trees across all the covered areas so that we can get the vegetation cover back.
As an assembly, we are so much happy because we were thinking every year we've been discussing this issue, how we can able to reclaim the land. Unfortunately, we have this company supporting the assembly to reclaim the land to its original state. And after that, the assembly is going to plant trees to maintain the land and which can be used for future purposes.
A mechanized borehole has also been constructed for the affected communities for the supply of potable water. government has called on private organizations to assist in financing reclamation in heavily degraded mining areas.
We'll bring you some Sunday night sports after this break. Don't go away.
Unforgettable fun touring, the best part of the Eastern, Ashanti and Central regions from the 19th to the 22nd of March. And on the 28th March, all roads lead to the Legon City Mall for your favorite food event, the 3FM Gobe Festival. But that's not all. All throughout March, our screens and dials celebrate everything that makes us proud. Our shows, music, movies, festivals, history, traditions and more. Welcome to a truly incomparable and totally immersive Ghana Month 2026. Ghana Month launches on all media general platforms on Monday, 2nd March 2026 at 10 a.m. It's that time of the year when Media General transforms into Ghana's cultural hub, and this year we're taking it to another level. Our Ghana village is bigger and better. So much to experience, eat, drink, buy, do and learn every single day. And there's more. The Ghana Month Expedition offers 3 nights and 4 days of pure, unforgettable fun touring, the best part of the Eastern, Ashanti and Central regions from the 19th to the 22nd of March. And on the 28th March, all roads lead to the Legon City Mall for your favorite food event, the 3FM Gobe Festival. But that's not all. All throughout March, our screens and dials celebrate everything that makes us proud. Our shows, music, movies, festivals, history, traditions and more. Welcome to a truly incomparable and totally immersive Ghana Month 2026. Ghana Month launches on all media general platforms on Monday, 2nd March 2026 at 10 a.m. It's that time of the year when Media General transforms into Ghana's cultural hub, and this year we're taking it to another level. Our Ghana village is bigger and better. So much to experience, eat, drink, buy, do and learn every single day. And there's more. The Ghana Month Expedition offers 3 nights and 4 days of pure, unforgettable fun touring, the best part of the Eastern, Ashanti and Central regions from the 19th to the 22nd of March. And on the 28th March, all roads lead to the Legon City Mall for your favorite food event, the 3FM Gobe Festival. But that's not all. All throughout March, our screens and dials celebrate everything that makes us proud. Our shows, music, movies, festivals, history, traditions and more. Welcome to a truly incomparable and totally immersive Ghana Month 2026. Ghana Month launches on all media general platforms on Monday, 2nd March 2026 at 10 a.m. It's that time of the year when Media General transforms into Ghana's cultural hub, and this year we're taking it to another level. Our Ghana village is bigger and better. So much to experience, eat, drink, buy, do and learn every single day. And there's more. The Ghana Month Expedition offers 3 nights and 4 days of pure, unforgettable fun touring, the best part of the Eastern, Ashanti and Central regions from the 19th to the 22nd of March. And on the 28th March, all roads lead to the Legon City Mall for your favorite food event, the 3FM Gobe Festival. But that's not all. All throughout March, our screens and dials celebrate everything that makes us proud. Our shows, music, movies, festivals, history, traditions and more. Welcome to a truly incomparable and totally immersive Ghana Month 2026. Ghana Month launches on all media general platforms on Monday, 2nd March 2026 at 10 a.m. It's that time of the year when Media General transforms into Ghana's cultural hub, and this year we're taking it to another level. Our Ghana village is bigger and better. So much to experience, eat, drink, buy, do and learn every single day. And there's more. The Ghana Month Expedition offers 3 nights and 4 days of
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the sports segment here on News 360 with me, Oregu Ampofo. We start off from the Ghana Premier League, where Asante Kotoko were held to a goalless draw at home by 10-men Vision FC, a result that leaves the Porcupine Warriors 7 points behind leaders Mediama on the table. Following the game, Vision FC assistant coach Bertin Asari Wilson says that he's pleased with the draw, while Kotoko's interim head coach Prince Yao Osu expressed his disappointment.
The way it has ended, I'm pleased, but it could have been better. If not for the red card, you could see that we wanted to make certain changes to actually take advantage of their spaces they've left behind. But when the red card came, we quickly needed to change the plan. But I mean, coming for an away game against a club like Kumasi Asante Kotoko, picking a point back home, we are happy with it.
No, I don't see it as a progress made because we had a lot of chances that we have to take it. You get into the last minute, see what the goalkeeper did there. He had the ball into the net. Just one guy standing over there, just push it in there. It's just running away for the ball to enter by itself. Just touch it and put it in there. So I'm not happy with it. It's not easy. If they're not playing, that's a problem. But they're playing. And there's chances that they're not making it. So I don't know what is going on, but I need to work with them a lot in front of the post. Because there was just some balls just pushing in the pole, but they couldn't do it. Trying to do what these boys will put the ball in the net. They could see, we're playing. We're attacking them. We're making them get yellow cards. Those yellow cards don't come out easily. The referee just cannot give them yellow card to come out because of the pressure we give on them. So that's what it is. Myself, I'm not worried about it. Hey, it's a game.
So that was interim Kotoko coach Prince Yao Osu speaking there. Kotoko's draw against Vision FC left many fans in Kumasi frustrated with the team's performance, with some already calling for the exit of the interim head coach Prince Yao Osu. Here's a reaction from supporters of Kotoko at full time.
Because I change now coach here, me changes no. And the selection is or the ball no me because we people have a job. We must go. We must James Opon. Now more man entry at the same time. Coach be no be sad no. The coach na say kasa na your press no. Wo mu kale o make say ya yam press na dey o mu nimbo mu. Press o be no be kasa we kasa yam pam ne nkofo obi mra.
Coach no wasa o ti dro di rodo. Ball so dey nye dro. Wasa Uye changes are yen be catch yourself for Baba Yabla. And so the Baba Yaba. Baba Yan Popo place be 20.
Yes, the Bia coach, you be the Bia coach. We didn't coach as a mo. Press Nasa, it is a Kawanga, Sadia Sakaya, Uma Media, as a Kapadia, et Kabet say. Yes, so two for Daroma.
What Cochata, dear Kakraka, where is a Fugu, and the Baba Bedina. Ah, now they're Kotokoya Cross City, mana. Kotokoya Cross City. What's the Atadia Kakraka way? And to be crying, so Kotoko just nice. And Mobon Sakama Krama, who cry now, Kono Maya, Baba Bono Cra, Bono Yakono Cry, at least said they need to venture. Yahu Bibi.
But you did blame never my personal. Your personal, a bit is a Kotoko. A bit of Kotoko material. Almost Sankasa, young kind of credit. I almost started from Adriana, Haas, and a neck. Your back keep on what is upon say. Management na ebano. Ye here changes for technical bench. Technical bench so be akọ. They are not deserve Kotoko. Otu for Wakasa mo bono. What they are saying now, ye here changes to Kotoko. Ye here changes by your best the building of Kotoko materials. Omu no amonko. The young building team no for.
Well, those were the comments of some aggrieved Kotoko fans. In England, Arsenal restored their 5-point lead at the top of the Premier League with a narrow 2-1 win over Chelsea, while Manchester United came from a goal down to beat Crystal Palace by 2-1.
The game on Monday.
Unforgettable fun touring, the best part of the Eastern, Ashanti and Central regions from the 19th to the 22nd of March. And on the 28th March, all roads lead to the Legon City Mall for your favorite food event, the 3FM Gobe Festival. But that's not all. All throughout March, our screens and dials celebrate everything that makes us proud. Our shows, music, movies, festivals, history, traditions, and more. Welcome to a truly incomparable and totally immersive Ghana Month 2020. 2026. Ghana Month launches on all media general platforms on Monday, 2nd March 2026 at 10 a.m.
And so, smiles for Arsenal fans and Manchester United fans who get a big advantage in their respective races. That's for the league and then for a top 4 finish. You can get more updates on our social media handles at 3SportsGH. My name is Oreku Ampofo.
Right, Rick, we thank you for the sports update. That's it for our package for you tonight. Thank you for joining us. My name is Grace Hamwajuman.
I am Noble Crosby, and stay with us on TV3 and enjoy the best of Giovanni Caleb on Date Rush right up to the News 360. Good evening. Bye-bye.